The Battle of Jalut, fought on September 3, 1260, in the Jezreel Valley of Palestine, stands as a pivotal moment in medieval history. This battle was remarkable not only for its strategic and tactical brilliance, but also for its far-reaching consequences that rippled through the centuries. It marked the first significant defeat of the Mongol Empire, which had seemed invincible up until that point. The Mongol forces, commanded by Kitbuka, faced the Mamluk Sultanate, led by Sultan Qutuz and his general, Baybars. This clash not only halted the westward expansion of the Mongols, but also solidified the Mamluk Sultanate's power in the region, shaping the future of the Middle East. The context leading up to the Battle of Ain Jalut is crucial to understanding its significance. The Mongol Empire, under the leadership of Genghis Khan and his successors, had expanded at an unprecedented rate, conquering vast territories across Asia and into Europe. By the mid-13th century, the Mongols had established a formidable empire that stretched from China to Eastern Europe. Their campaigns were marked by unparalleled military strategy, speed, and ferocity, which left a trail of devastation and conquest in their wake. The Mongol advance into the Middle East began in earnest under Hulagu Khan, a grandson of Genghis Khan. Hulagu was tasked with expanding Mongol dominion into the Islamic world. His campaign was ruthless and effective, resulting in the fall of key cities such as Baghdad in 1258, which was a major cultural and political center of the Islamic world. The sack of Baghdad was particularly brutal, with widespread destruction and loss of life, symbolizing the Mongol capacity for total war. Following the fall of Baghdad, the Mongol forces continued their advance westward. Their next significant target was the Mamluk Sultanate, which controlled Egypt and the Levant. The Mamluks were a military class of slave soldiers who had risen to power in Egypt and established a strong and resilient state. Under the leadership of Sultan Qutuz, the Mamluks prepared to face the Mongol threat. The geopolitical situation was tense. The Mongol envoy, demanding submission from the Mamluks, was executed by Qutuz, signaling his refusal to capitulate. This act of defiance set the stage for a confrontation that would determine the fate of the region. The Mamluks, understanding the gravity of the situation, began to mobilize their forces and sought to unify the various factions within their realm to present a cohesive and formidable front against the Mongols. The battle itself was fought near the springs of Ain Jalut, in the Jezreel Valley. This location was strategically significant, providing ample resources and a defensible position. The Mamluk army, led by Qutuz and Baybars, consisted of well-trained and disciplined cavalry, which was the backbone of their military strength. Baybars, a skilled and experienced general, played a crucial role in the planning and execution of the battle strategy. On the day of the battle, the Mamluks employed a tactical maneuver known as the feigned retreat, a strategy that had been used effectively by the Mongols themselves in previous engagements. The Mamluk forces initially engaged the Mongols and then began to withdraw, feigning a retreat. The Mongols, confident in their superiority and eager to capitalize on what they perceived as a fleeing enemy, pursued the retreating Mamluks. This maneuver led the Mongol forces into a carefully planned ambush. As the Mongols pursued, they were lured into a narrow and constricted area where the Mamluk forces, lying in wait, launched a fierce counterattack. The sudden and unexpected assault caught the Mongols off guard, disrupting their formation and causing confusion within their ranks. The disciplined and heavily armored Mamluk cavalry charged into the disorganized Mongol forces, exploiting the chaos to devastating effect. The battle raged fiercely, with both sides demonstrating extraordinary bravery and martial prowess. Qutuz himself is said to have fought on the front lines, rallying his troops and inspiring them with his leadership. His presence on the battlefield was a significant morale booster for the Mamluk soldiers, who fought with renewed vigor under his command. The turning point came when Kitbuka, the Mongol commander, was killed in the melee. His death further demoralized the Mongol troops and disrupted their command structure. The Mamluks pressed their advantage, relentlessly attacking the now leaderless Mongol forces. The combination of superior tactics, disciplined execution, and effective leadership led to a decisive Mamluk victory. The Battle of Ain Jalut was a watershed moment in medieval history. It marked the first major defeat of the Mongol Empire, demonstrating that they were not invincible. This victory had profound implications for the balance of power in the region. The Mamluk Sultanate emerged as the preeminent power in the Middle East, capable of defending its territories against one of the most formidable military forces of the time. In the aftermath of the battle, the Mamluks solidified their control over Egypt and the Levant. Baybars, who played a pivotal role in the victory, would later become sultan and continue to strengthen the Mamluk state. Under his rule, the Mamluks would embark on further campaigns to consolidate their power and secure their borders against external threats. The victory at Ain Jalut also had a significant impact on the Mongol Empire. While the Mongols would continue to be a major force in the region, their expansion into the Middle East was effectively halted. The psychological impact of the defeat, coupled with internal divisions and challenges within the Mongol Empire, contributed to the eventual fragmentation and decline of their dominion in the region. Furthermore, the Battle of Ain Jalut had broader implications for the Islamic world and the Crusader states. The Mamluks, having demonstrated their military prowess, were able to exert greater influence over the Islamic world, positioning themselves as defenders of the faith against both Mongol and Crusader threats. This enhanced their legitimacy and authority, allowing them to play a central role in the political and religious affairs of the region. In historical retrospectives, the Battle of Ain Jalut is often highlighted for its strategic and tactical lessons. The effective use of the feigned retreat and the decisive counterattack are studied as examples of brilliant military strategy. The leadership and courage of figures like Kutus and Baybars are celebrated, and the battle is remembered as a turning point that altered the course of history. The Battle of Ain Jalut serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities and dynamics of medieval warfare. It underscores the importance of leadership, strategy, and adaptability in determining the outcomes of conflicts. The legacy of this battle continues to resonate, offering valuable insights into the interplay of power, culture, and military prowess in shaping the history of civilizations. In conclusion, the Battle of Ain Jalut was not just a clash of armies, but a confrontation that had profound and lasting effects on the history of the Middle East and beyond. It marked the end of unchecked Mongol expansion into the region, solidified the power of the Mamluk Sultanate, and set the stage for the political and military landscape of the medieval Islamic world. The hidden facts of this battle reveal the deep strategic acumen and courageous leadership that defined this historic encounter, making it a defining moment in the annals of history.